All right, everybody, let's do this. I'm Dwight, also known as the Big Bearded Nerd. I'm excited to run this game for you here. Like you mentioned in the in-between segment there, I have the honor of playing with some friends of mine tonight. So this is going to be a lot of fun playing with Zach here, who is MTD Jake's son. We've ruined him over the last few years, so we're looking forward to killing him tonight. So we're going to have a lot of good fun here, but I just want to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. And just give a quick shout out here. Keep an eye out. I painted some turtle minis, so we're gonna give those away in the middle of the stream. I'm really excited about that. I'm not good, but that'll be fun. So
turtle minis are hard to come by.
But yeah, I had a hard time finding them. So and then I painted them.
Stop
so
right now.
Keep an eye out for that. But I just want everybody. I don't want you to necessarily introduce your characters real quick. We'll just introduce yourselves, and then we'll get going. So Brad, do you want to lead us off?
Yes, my name's Brad. I don't know how I got here. I was trying to order a rock tumbler on Amazon. Please help.
This is my home game. Pray for me. Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach, son of Jake, heir of MTD.
First of his name.
My name.
All right, Ricky.
I'm Ricky. First time, long time, so it'll be a blast.
Ricky runs my Call of Cthulhu games and gives me nightmares, so I'm hoping to return the favor a little bit. So, all right, Carrie.
Yeah, I'm Carrie, and I am a friend of Jake's. I play in a lot of his games, and I'm a friend of Dwight's, and I play in a lot of his games. So that's me.
All right, and then Matt and Miles, I'll let y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves, even though everybody already knows you. But
I was gonna say, I hope they're not tired of us by now. But yeah, Impact RPG, charity streams like this one of Jasper's, and certain cartoons from the '80s too.
Nice.
Classic.
Cool. All right, well, we're gonna start this off here. The scene is set in the city of Waterdeep. It's nearing sunset. The sun is just starting to go down over the tops of the buildings. And Carrie, your character, do you want to introduce your character for us real quick?
Of course I will. I am Actril O'Neill. I am a half elf. I am a bard of the written word, a bard of lore. And I am currently working on a new story about the seedy side of Underdeep, aka Waterdeep, aka just all of Waterdeep. And so here I am doing some investigative journalism, if you will.
All right. So you have found your way into the dock ward. Businesses are starting to wind down at the end of the day. People working in the docks have started to move home. There's a few people milling about, but again, the sun is starting to set. You can smell, you smell fish and seafood. It's stored nearby, but it's Waterdeep, so it's kind of still fresh. Got that slightly sour smell, just hanging in the air. And you have been working on an investigation recently for rumors of some new activity in the southeast corner of the dock ward. There's rumors of break-ins and thievery and items being stolen, and nobody knows what's happening. They just get up one morning and it's gone. There's no evidence of anybody breaking in. There's no damage to anything. Their stuff's just missing. You've been hearing these stories, and so you've been looking into it. It's led you to this corner of the dock ward, and you're currently talking to an old man. He's kind of hunchbacked. He's got a long beard. He smells like fish. He's clearly worked in the dock ward for a long time. So what do you say when you approach him?
I just go up and I introduce myself, and I just want to ask him. So I've heard that there's been some break-ins down on this section of town. Do you know anything about that?
Oh yes. Yes. He's real fidgety. He just, maybe he's got a little bit of palsy in his hands, but yes, there's all kinds of rumblings going around. I haven't seen anything myself, but the stories I've heard, there's something in the sewers.
And Actral kind of gets like really like kind of almost just to kind of like lead him along a little bit. She's like, really? Well, do you happen to know anybody who has seen anything coming out of the sewers?
Oh, yes. Well, Marcus, my delivery boy, he said he saw some things down in the sewers. He likes to play down there. He's a little wrong in the head. So, yeah, but I think if I think that's the best place for you to look. If that's what you're looking for, we'd love it. I haven't been affected myself, but pretty much everybody around me has had something stolen. I think it's just a matter of time before they get to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, okay, well where does Marcus, your delivery boy, live? As she's like furiously scribbling on a piece of paper.
Oh, if you just hold on here for a few moments, he should be here any minute now. And he'll
Great.
just continue to chit chat with you. After maybe 3-4 minutes, this like 12-year-old boy walks up. Hi, Mr. Jones. I've got your. Oh, and he sees you standing there, and he just goes really, really quiet. Oh, I'm sorry, miss.
I go down and like on is he like very small? Like how tall is this kid?
He's probably under 4 feet. I mean, he's very, very small for his age.
Him just a
Big
little
bug
guy.
eyes.
I go down on one knee and I like hold out my hand for him to shake it, and I said, "Hi, my name's Actral, and I had a quick your boss here tells me that you are quite the little investigator. And I was wondering, bud, if you've seen anything here at night coming out of the sewers."
And his eyes just go big. He says, "Oh, you're the monsters. Yeah, the monsters are in the sewer. Yes, I can show you. I can show you where I saw them."
Oh, I would love that. Could you? Could we get a day off? And I kind of like look at the old man.
And the little boy looks up at him, and he just kind of has this pleading look in his eyes, real bug-eyed. The
And
old
I
man
kind of
just
like at this point I like pat my pouch and I sort of like wink at the old man, like I'll make it worth his time.
and you see him, he looks real distrustful at first, but as soon as he sees you motion to his pouch,
Mm-hmm.
he's, "Why, yes. Is 15 minutes long enough for you to show her?" "Yes, 15 minutes. I need you back here in 15 minutes because we have plenty of orders, but yes, I can give you 15. Yes, go right ahead."
Okay.
And he kind of shuffles off back into his shop.
Okay. And so I at this point I keep talking to the kid. I give him 4 gold, and I just say, "Just between you and me, you can tell your boss I only gave you 3. You can keep 1 for yourself."
You see he actually starts to tear up, like his little quiver in his lip. And he just quickly just shuffles off into the corner. And he leads you through, kind of winds you through some of the back alleys. At this point, the sun's going down a little even further. It's kind of hard to see in some of these alleys now.
Mhm.
But he's quick, he waves you on, and he reaches down, he moves some boxes out of the way, and he pulls this lid up, and it looks like it's maybe like a hidden entrance that he uses to get in and out of the sewers or something like that. And he motions down there for you.
Actral's eyes like light up, and she can just see a frickin' bestseller just writing itself. And she follows this little kid down into the who knows where.
They're down there, miss. I can't go with you though. It's too scary at night. I got stuck down there once, but I can't go down there when the sun's not up. Will you be okay, miss?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll be fine. Listen, I don't know how long has it been of his 15 minutes?
Oh, it's maybe 5. Maybe
Oh
5.
geez.
Yeah.
Say, well, okay, yeah, thanks for your help. Take your time going back. You go get yourself something good to eat, and then you got about 10 minutes until your boss needs you back.
All right. Well, thank you, miss. You be careful now. I'd hate something bad to happen to you, but bye. And
Nothing
he
bad's gonna
shuffles.
happen. Don't worry. Bye.
He runs
And
off.
And then Actral, is this space that I'm in, is this tall enough for me to stand, or am I crouching, or
Yeah,
what?
this is just it's a back alley. It looks like where maybe some of the couple of alleys have come together. There's a
Yeah.
couple of buildings on either
Okay.
side, and you see just like refuse strewn about. There's crates, broken crates stacked up back there.
Mhm.
It definitely feels like this area is not well used. So
Okay.
so yeah, and where the area that he pulled up, there's an opening that kind of leads down with this kind of rickety looking ladder leading down into what is probably a sewer.
Sick. Okay. So Actral kind of gets like down sort of on that ladder, and she sort of wants to like pull like a crate or a piece of garbage of some sort back over the hole. She doesn't want anybody horning in on her story.
Okay.
So she doesn't want anybody else to find this entrance, really.
Yeah.
And then so she makes her way down into the pit of death.
Okay. So as you descend, it's dark down here. So
I have dark vision.
you have
so-
dark vision.
Yeah,
So
of course
there we
I do.
go. Right. So, but you're able to see it's your typical sewer. You got stone walls, stone ceiling. There's a slow trickle of water kind of in the middle. Again, this is an area of the town that's not currently in high use, so it's just your normal, diverted river flow. Nothing extra appears to be dumped in this particular area right now, so it's not bad sewer water per se.
It's just your average sewer water.
Right,
Got it.
exactly.
Okay, sewer water.
It's
Exactly. So
If it was on like a water table, I mean, you wouldn't
yeah,
drink
then
it.
it'd be a
that's for
problem,
sure.
but
It's
got it.
moving sewer water. It's not stagnant sewer
No,
water.
see,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
it's moving. So yeah. So you see it kind of splits off into two directions. You've kind of come down into the middle of a section, and you can go either way.
Mhm.
But you do hear something coming from with your back to the ladder to your left, which would be kind of heading north
Okay.
from where you are now.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I want to go that way. Like I just kind of I'm engrossed, and I'm just kind of trying to make like mental notes of like everything and the details and like the fact that it's flowing and not stagnant sewer water, and just again kind of already mentally writing this story.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So you walk for probably, I would say, 8 to 10 minutes. Just continue to head in that one direction. There's a couple of offshoots, but they're both very small. No way for anything more than like a small dog to get through. They're just kind of be nothing for you to travel through.
Sure.
But after a few minutes, you start to hear the sounds you were hearing start to get a little bit louder. You hear some grunting. You hear some sounds like wood smacking against stone in a couple of times. Definitely something is happening.
Already tasty, Joe.
So as you round a bend in the sewer, the sound gets to be real loud. And as you peek around the corner, you see, and Matt, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
So I got an older, let's go with older town guard uniform on, and just a bunch of cobbled up other gear and a face mask, and then a bag of axes. Just so many axes in there. Great axe, hand axes, some okay axes, some not so great axes. Just all sorts of axes in my axe bag. And I'm just raging, and I'm jacked, and I'm super tall. You might think I'm like a Goliath or a Titan or something at first, but nah, I'm just a regular human.
All right. So Tasty, you found your way into this same sewer because you like to fight things. And you often find things to fight down here in the sewer. And that's why you're here today. But you've noticed it seems like the things you're fighting, there's more of them today. Much more than what you're used to. This is also kind of a new area for you. Maybe you found your way here recently for who knew, whatever reasons, but there's more of the bad things in this area. So actually, as you round that corner, you see Tasty, like maybe he takes the last swing and offs a big rat that was probably part of a swarm or something. But Tasty, you finish off this fight and you turn around and you see
Didn't even
Actual
have to
standing there.
rage.
So
What's
I,
up?
oh God, at this point, I like kind of ready a freaking magic missile. I
Oh,
just
what
go-
magic user? Get out of here with that. What a cut your freaking head off.
Who are you? She's a little bit scared, but is trying to be like calm and
Oh, I
like,
see how it is. So don't. It's okay. It's just your friendly neighborhood Tasty Jones down here in the sewers on patrol. All these little scrubs need whacking, and I got all my axes that are looking to do some whacking. So just down here
uh-huh.
practicing.
Who did you say you were? And I kind of like wish the spell away, and then I like start to get ready to write down his name.
You've never heard of Tasty Jones?
I'm sorry, I can't say that I have.
You must not spend a lot of time down here in the sewers then.
I don't. Do you spend a lot of time in the sewers?
Oh yeah. Then I pointed all the bodies. Yeah. Look,
Ah,
well, takes a minute to hack them all up. Good like that.
yeah. Oh, that's super intimidating. My God, you must be one heck of a warrior.
Thank you. I am.
Yeah, yeah.
I have the opposite of rage right now.
What is the opposite of rage? Let's think.
I'm beaming.
Well, so
do kill good.
Tasty Jones, I had heard that there are like monsters down in the sewer, worse than your
Where they
enemies
at? Let's
there.
go get them.
Sure, let's go get them. And I just start to I was going this way. Do you want to kind of come with me? And that way, if any more monsters pop out, you can get them with your bag of axes.
Lead the way.
Okay. And I start going the way. Like, do I hear any other noises or anything like that?
roll me a perception check.
Okay, I will.
I want to re-roll, please.
That's a 34.
Okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
So yeah, I mean, you don't get 2 steps down when you hear just the skittering of little feet all over stones. Like there's a lot of them. Like right away, as soon as you hear it, there's a lot of something. Something probably kind of small, and it's coming your way, most definitely. So as you, it doesn't take long at all Matt, you don't have dark vision, or Tasty, you don't have dark vision, correct?
Human.
Okay.
I got torches,
So,
though.
right.
Got an axe I can light on fire. Call
So-
it a torch axe.
Actual, within a few seconds of you hearing it, you can see it just feels like this shadowy mass of something, and there's a little bit on either side of the water. There's you've got the sewer with the water running down the center. There's stone on either side, and you can just see these kind of masses coming your way. And I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and roll initiative for me, just the 2 of you.
No.
Favorite.
I don't want roll initiative right now. I got a non-natural 20.
What? Do I have some barbarian thing that gives me more initiative?
No, I'm still telling you opportunity.
Oh no, dangerous senses. Dangerous senses. No, that's just Dex. All right, never mind. Yes, that's still I got a 1 the first time. So yeah.
Okay.
Initiative, you said 1 plus. That's a 3.
Well, you have advantage, it says.
I do have advantage. Wait, see, how do I
See
get
that
that?
little A?
Okay, well then
Alright.
then I got it. All right, cool. 17.
17. All right.
Where's the advantages come from though?
So actually, it doesn't take you long to realize that you have a whole bunch of rats coming towards you. And when they get a little bit closer, you notice that there also appear to be a bunch of spiders kind of intermingled with
Oh my
these
God.
rats. And if you look at the water, you'll notice that there's snakes in the water.
Oh,
So there's just like this wave of things coming
This is
at
just
you.
vermin. This isn't monsters.
So yeah, this
No.
is, but it's swarms of things. So
Thanks,
let's see. So Actral, you get to act first. And again, you have it looks like on the left-hand side, you have a couple swarms of rats. I'm sorry. On each side, you have a swarm of rats.
Yep.
Intermingled with those swarms are swarms of spiders, and then you have a couple swarms of snakes coming at you down the middle in the water.
oh my God. Oh my God. And so, okay, immediately, like before I do anything else, I pat Tasty on his shoulder and I'm like, you got this. And I cast guidance. So congratulations. You have fun with that. And then I guess I am just gonna, I'm gonna cast a magic missile at him. At one of the freaking swarms, I guess.
Okay.
So that is a 15 to hit.
Okay. Were you rats or snakes or spiders
Rats that are on our side of the.
on yours?
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
on
Coming
our
right
side?
at us. I think, are we like on one of these? Like you said,
Yeah.
there's like sidewalk on either
I-
side, and then the.
I thought you
I
meant, like,
assumed
on
that
the
unless you were
flashes.
walking in the water. I
No.
don't know why you'd walk in the
No,
water, but yeah.
that'd be stupid. So
Walk
no,
on
I want to
sewer
get
water.
the rats that are coming at us on our like sidewalk.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So
I
yes,
will.
that hits.
Yay. All right, so that's, let's see, 3 darts at 1d4 super duper. So I'm gonna, I guess it's not individual rats, right? It's just swarm of
Yeah.
rats.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna shoot all 3 darts at these guys. So the first one is a 4 points of damage. The next one is 3, and that is another 4. So that makes 11 points of damage.
All right. So you
And I
see
just like wind up and just like throw it like a baseball, essentially.
this was magic missile, you said?
Correct.
Okay. So you just see missiles just lance into this swarm, and you just see bodies flying, just little pieces of rat going everywhere. You hear screeching, squealing as they go flying. So, all right. Anything else?
And no, I've cast guidance on Tasty, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm staying behind him if I
All
wasn't
right.
behind him already.
Tasty, you are up.
I'm gonna speak with the animals, and then I'm just gonna yell at them with big bellowing barbarian yell. What are you idiots doing?
Hey yo, I'm walking in.
Yay! Think it's your sewer? It's Tasty sewer.
Tasty store.
And they just keep running at you
Damn. I
because
was
they're
hoping
rats.
to get a willing beast to do my next barbarian
God, dude,
thing.
you're like-
and get some beast sense going on. But
It's like
no,
that
I
movie
just
with Michael
yelled at 'em.
Jackson.
All right, fair enough. Is there a bonus action? Oh, nope. Ready to use some of that HP, I guess.
Okay. Y'all done then?
Oh, that's all I got. I did a
Yeah.
action that.
I have a feeling we're gonna need some domain dice, y'all.
Real, for real,
God.
for real. How could I use all the domain dice I didn't need? And now when I actually need the domain dice and Tasty gonna die, I ain't got no domain dice. Because I spent all my money already. I'm gonna spend the-
This is where we have a discussion about budgeting.
Right? Right? It's all right. They all get eaten between
Tasty
games
Jones
anyway.
doesn't
So.
budget.
Tasty Jones doesn't budget. He's just got a bag of axes to solve all his problems. All right.
All right.
Not if there's anything wrong with that.
All right. So as you are ineffective in your attack, the two of you are suddenly
It was
just
a request, not an attack.
I did damage. I just want to point that out.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
So as the well, not really suddenly because you watched them coming from quite a ways away, but you are now surrounded by all of these vermin. And let's see here. Tasty, one of these rat swarms is going to take they're going to nibble at you a little bit here. and that is a 11, which I'm going to guess is not going to hit you.
15 AC, Tasty
All right.
Jones.
And that is also going to miss you. So you're clear of the rat. I'm sorry, you're clear of the spiders on your side. So the snakes keep right on swimming because you're not in the water with them. They keep right on going.
They don't have anything to say to me.
It looks like the rats maybe they on the other side they keep right on going.
Good.
So, but there is another swarm of spiders, and that is going to be a 21 to hit. Tasty.
21 does it.
All right. You take 3 piercing damage.
Nice. Tasty
All
Jones does not enjoy rodents.
And now we will go back up to Actual.
Okay. Oh God. All right. Well, I guess I want to. I'm just gonna magic missile again at this swarm of spiders, please.
Okay.
And that is a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah, that. Well, magic missile's automatic, is it not?
I think you still got to roll to hit. It just, I don't know. I've
No, I
never
think
played
it's
a bard
automatic.
before.
No, you don't
Yeah,
roll the hit.
it's
you just roll
automatic.
damage.
Sir, never mind.
Yep.
Can I just have that 18 for my next roll then, whatever it is? That's
No.
just, we'll just, oh, okay.
Nope,
great,
sorry.
Okay. It's 4, 2, and another 4. So that's 10 plus 3 is 13 damage.
13 damage. And again, you just see these spider bodies just go flying. So now there's just a whole bunch of spider parts and rat parts laying all
Okay.
around.
And as a bonus action, I am gonna say to Tasty, I'm like, Tasty, have you ever heard of the really super buff guy in who's in an adventure and he just absolutely wrecks a whole big thing of spiders? And I am casting Bardic Inspiration on
Me?
Tasty.
Oh, you gave me guidance and Bardic inspiration,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
saving my
So you
ass.
should definitely be able to do something this time.
You think?
You got it. You got this. Here we go.
Yeah,
All right. So Tasty, you're up.
So yeah.
I whack at it. All right. So that is a. I'll do that. I don't want spells. A barbarian. That didn't work. That is oh damn, a 27 to hit. 27.
Yeah, that definitely hits. So
A D12. You have to use a D12 on something. That's fire. Oh god. 5 damage. Minimum damage.
5 damage. And what were you swinging at again? The rats or the spiders?
Rats. I
The
don't
rats,
like rats.
All right.
Those things.
Well, those rats don't like it very much when you
Nope, not.
swing at them. But there's not many of them left. So I mean, but there are those that are left are going to nip at your heels, and that is a 15, which I do believe hits. Correct?
Hit it to get it. I'm at
All right.
15.
So let's see here.
We're gonna die here. This is it. It's gonna be a
That
short
takes
game.
7 points
Ooh.
of 7 points of piercing damage from little bitty rat bites.
7? All right. I knew there was a reason I went with tough.
All right, and let's see. We have another group of spiders, and they're crawling all over you now. Actual, you're covered in spiders at this point. And I'm gonna guess, knowing that you're a bard, that a 17 hits.
17 does hit.
Okay. So let's see here. That does 8 points of piercing damage.
Yep. Ow. And also gives her a case of the severest heebie-jeebies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
All right. But thankfully, you get to do something back if you would choose to, because it is now your turn.
Ha! Well then, I guess at this point, man, oh man, geez, I'm gonna burn them all. I guess I'm gonna go. Yeah, not literally. I'm gonna go magic missile again, please.
Okay.
Oh god.
At the
I guess you know
rats?
what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna burn a 5th level spell, and I'm gonna get more of these guys, please. So
Okay.
yeah. That's 2, 3, 5, 6. Jeez. This is not good, team. This is bad.
Doesn't sound like it.
There's 20 points of damage. That sucks. That dice is going away.
Are you attacking the rats?
I'm attacking the ones that are on my body.
On your body. Okay. So, yeah, that is enough to do away with the rest of the spiders that are on you. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure how that works with a bunch of missiles. Just careful. We'll just careful spell it.
Yes.
And they just kind of.
I'm just like I like see one on my arm and I just go like, and like it's like flicking them off almost, but with magic.
Yep, I'm good with that. So, yeah, all the spiders are gone. You hear the pitter pat of the feet receding in the background from the other side, where the spiders and the rats on the other side of the water are now basically gone.
Oh gosh,
but there's still a few rats on you, Tasty. And how would you like to deal with that?
They're just on me.
Yeah, well, they're around you. Yeah.
Oh, around me. All right.
Yep.
Around me, I can deal with.
Keep in mind, you have a bonus D4 and a bonus D10, just burning a hole in your pocket. So
that's nice and all, but you know what I could really go for is some domain dice.
Yeah,
that could. Away.
That
so
would be
extra D what? An extra D what?
An extra D4 and an extra D10.
How long do those last for?
The D10 lasts for 10 minutes, and the D4 just pretty much lasts, I think, until you use it. Let me double check.
All right, I'm holding on to that D4. I'm going to use that D10 because I got a feeling we're going to make you're going to find people you like more than me here in just a second. Axe. All right. Oh, no, not all right. Maybe 16?
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
5, 12. All right. 8 damage.
All right. That does it. What does it look like when you finish off this group of rats?
Rat. Smack them. There's 8 left. Just the first one big, and then just little cat action follow-ups after that. And then I turn around and flex as much as I can. Take up my mask and smile at Acro and say, "There's magic. That you just throw.
Yeah.
Mess. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just throw them." Well, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. I want to get out of this sewer now. Screw this story. I'm gone. And I just like turn around and start walking back the way I came.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, it sure was.
It doesn't take you long.
Early.
It doesn't take you long at all to hear the skittering of feet. As you remember that there are a whole bunch of rats and spiders that
never mind. And I go back to Tasty. I forgot.
Oh, nice to see you again so soon.
Yeah, so the leaving the sewer plan is a no-go. Do you happen to, whenever you come down here, which I assume is often, do you happen to see anybody else, anybody like you that hangs out down here? Or
I'll cut their head off. What?
Oh, cool. And I kind of like shuffle like past Tasty, and I start going like forward.
Okay.
I put my big ol' axe in the bag with its other axe buddies, and I follow Acro.
All right.
What you doing?
So again, you as you're heading further up the sewer, you start to see more and more just scattered around. You see the bodies of snakes and rats and spiders just kind of littered about, not all over the place, but just regularly enough that it kind of tickles the back of your brain that this isn't normal. I shouldn't be seeing these just laying around. Maybe every once in a while, but it's a pretty regular occurrence that you're starting to see this. As you continue to head north, you come up to, you see a little bit of light up towards the end of the tunnel that you're on as you come up to a junction of a couple different sections. It's probably where the streets can join above you. But as you reach this junction, you hear the sounds again of feet. So many feet, thousands, hundreds of feet. You hear a disturbance in the water as something splashing around in it. You hear kind of just wet noises slapping against the stone.
I
on the
stop
floors and
in
the
my
walls.
tracks and I
Can
assume
you stop
Tasty
saying words?
keeps walking and runs into me. And I'm
So,
just like, yeah. So we hear all that.
it doesn't take long for it to just it gets louder and louder. It's almost painful how loud this sound is now. This just seems to be so much of whatever it is coming right at you. And as you look into this junction, you see the swarms again of insects and animals and a couple other shadowy figures that just don't quite make sense to you right at first.
I'll look at Acro, go, yeah, usually the killing is a lot better down here. The swarms, the little critters is horrible. It's not usually that bad. I don't know what's going on down here.
Yeah. Well,
not very talkative either.
Yeah. No,
Swarms.
they don't seem to be. They're rats. And I just I just stay put. I'm like, we can't go that way. I mean, unless you, how good are you at killing all that?
How good am I? I'm not just good at killing. I'm the best at killing. Why? What are we gonna kill?
Well, I mean, we don't. Here's the thing. There's always another option, and I think maybe
Maiming. I'm good at that too.
Yeah. There's a third option, in fact, and that is running away, which I think I am on the verge of right now. I mean, listen, and I just kind of like put my hands on his shoulders, and I'm like, I work for the archive. I am not equipped for this. We need like a whole troop of, and he's wearing the town guards thing. I said, we need a whole troop of these guys.
Those
not
guys.
You, no offense.
You should have seen the guy beat up and took this from. And then it's like,
Actrell doesn't say so, but she is a little bit impressed.
No, this guy's saying anything. I'll, yeah, we'll run. We can run, but I don't run from anything.
Is there a way around? 10, is there a way
Jones.
around them?
So as you know, you see the swarm coming. It's not quite to the junction at this point. So it's kind of looks like maybe it's further up the tunnel that you're on, but it's also approaching the same juncture. So.
We've got to choose a way. You want to go left or right?
We're so close.
No, we don't have to kill them. We can just go around. Left or right? Left or right? Left or right, Tasty? Left. And
we're only 13. Lucky number 13 away from getting me a domain dice.
Oh man, 30.
13 or 23?
23. What's 70? Oh, 23. I don't know how to math.
Hashtag math. Dang it. Well, we're close. Either way.
Hashtag finish 8th grade.
Wow. Snap. Shots fired. Pew pew. Well,
Shots fired.
okay, we gotta go left. And
He's right.
I just,
He's literally right next to me. I know the boxes. It doesn't.
Is he- and I'm guessing that as Tasty says left, he points right.
Wait,
but
hold
I,
on. Pick it L with my big.
and,
You left.
yeah, I start going left.
Okay.
And I don't give a crap if he follows me. I think this guy is he's very ripped and hot, but he's also nuts. So
That is an apt description of Tasty Jones.
that's very succinct. That's how you will be described in Actral's book.
A very
So is
handsome
you,
yet terrifying young man.
The sewer just murdering it away.
Clearly disturbed, smushing rats like they're Skittles.
Yeah.
Wait, who's out there smushing Skittles?
Have you ever stepped on a Skittle? It's catastrophic.
Oh, when you step on them. All right, all right.
Oh my God. Tasty Jones. No. Oh wow.
Also, what are Skittles?
Yes,
enough,
right?
they're really good. Anyway, I'll get to try them sometime. We gotta go now. And I'm just like very hastily making my way down the left tunnel.
So as you get to the junction here and you turn to your left, you see another tunnel. Looks like it's a T crossing. This next one's quite a bit smaller than the one you just came from, though. It's probably about 4 feet tall, so you'll definitely have to duck to get down into it.
Okay.
As you duck down, within the first 5 feet or so with your dark vision, you're able to see that it looks like there's been a collapse down this tunnel.
Oh,
Maybe another 30 feet down, but it's, the water's still getting through, but it's kind of trickling through, but the stones have collapsed down into the tunnel in front of you.
and at this point, the
new.
hope just drains out of Actral's eyes, and she turns back and she says to Tasty, "Well, left was a great choice." And
This is new. It didn't used to be like this.
and I examine the collapse and the whole tunnel up to the collapse. There are no other sideways or even those little ones you said that were just like big enough for a dog, anything like that.
Yeah. So there's nothing that's going to allow you to pass through down this tunnel.
Oh God. Well, it's like, well, and I at this point I kind of push Tasty and I just say, "You wanted to come this way. You lead the way on the way out." And I just kind of like push him out in front of me, and I stay behind.
I'll get my good old torch axe out of my bag and I'll light it. All right.
Yep.
Lead the way with my torch that is also an axe.
That's the best, dude. That's so awesome.
It's not very practical. When I start swinging it, I just get all sorts of ashes and crap in my face. But that's besides the point. It makes me feel good.
Looks cool.
So it didn't take you long. Again, you were only a few feet inside here, anyways. However, 60 seconds or so it took you to get it down into this tunnel and realize you couldn't go that way and head back. The things in the tunnel are basically on top of you at this point. They're just on the outside of the junction here, and just as they start to swarm in, and you see again rats, spiders, you see centipedes, beetles. They're just swarming out. You've never even heard of anything like this. This stuff's down in the sewer, but it's never together like this. Something's very, very wrong. Again, it's just large, giant wolf spiders, centipedes, beetles, rats. They're all just coming out of this, and you see these cubes kind of behind everything. They're kind of shadowy, and every once in a while the light will reflect off of them. That's coming. The light that's coming from looks like maybe a grate above will kind of reflect off of them as they start to come into the shadows. There's just a lot of bad things coming out of this tunnel at you right now. But just as you think all hope is lost, you hear
Deus Ex Machina.
Brad, what did they hear?
That sounds good. Yeah. You probably hear that. They might hear the sound of skateboard wheels approaching, although they are not sure what a skateboard is. It's a sewer thing. It's a
What is
sewer thing.
that?
You guys wouldn't
Is that
understand.
I hear like tude and partying.
Yeah,
in
we
that
speak
direction.
our own language down here too. Cowabunga.
No. It's not Cowabunga. It's Cucamonga. Yeah.
Cucamonga.
You want to get sued?
Legally distinct.
Cucamonga, yeah. Like rancho.
Yeah, that.
It's perfect.
Like, what are they saying? I don't speak that language.
They don't even speak that language.
So, yeah, what do we got here?
So I'm gonna need to have everybody go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh, I got a crit fail.
Oh, you go tomorrow.
Brad, what have you got for me?
Terrified. I'm not equipped for this.
Got a big 2-1.
All right. And Zachary.
17.
17. All right. And Ricky.
16.
16. And Carrie.
Crit fail.
Oh no.
Crit fail.
Oh
Control.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on one second. here. Got to.
Thought you
Do
had
this
my
real
back.
quick. All right, sorry. You have to give me those one more time. Zach, what was yours?
Mine was 17.
And Ricky?
16.
Brad was 21, right?
So we did.
And Carrie was a 1.
Oh, we have one. Good.
We got one?
I'm saving that for this
All right.
PvP. It's
Ooh.
mine. I called it.
And Tasty.
Don't use it right now.
Oh,
Save
boy.
it for just a second.
Look at this guy.
Tasty, what you got for me on initiative?
22.
22.
Tasty's ready to go.
And Miles.
I got 4.
4. All right. All right. So, Tasty, you are up first, and you see in front of you what I will describe. You see there's 2 giant wolf spiders. There's a swarm of beetles, or 2 swarms of beetles, 2 swarms of spiders, 2 swarms of rats, 2 just run-of-the-mill giant spiders, and what looks to be potentially some sort of ooze or gelatinous cube of some sort.
Ooh.
In case you don't like that. All right. When you say ooze, you have to be a little more specific there. Given the circumstances, I'm going to need a little more context.
He needs to know the secrets of that ooze.
Yeah, I need to know secrets of the ooze.
This one, it's not green in any way.
All right, cool.
It's
not
just
green and glowing. That's all I needed to hear. All right.
Yeah. It is not contained in any kind of vial or flask. It is cuboid in nature,
Oh
And-
no.
and if it can look scared, it does.
Oh
It's
god.
more of a trapezoid right now. Like,
All right.
Cowardly cute.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold action and see what Akril does, and if it looks like she needs like an opening or anything made, I will step in and make that opening using my attack, and then probably immediately afterwards my HP. So yeah, I'm gonna hold action and wait and see if she needs an opening made as
All right.
condition.
Sounds good. So let's just move on over to Brad, and I'll have you introduce your character and describe them, and then take your action.
All right. So my name is O'Keefe. I am consummate tough guy, an axe enthusiast. Currently, in addition to thinking about how I'm going to handle this combat, I'm looking over here at Tasty Jones. I can see that he is also a consummate tough guy, an axe enthusiast, and I'm just trying to decide whether to be intimidated or make him my new best friend. And I'm also worried that I said that out loud.
What do you think about my axe torch? Pretty handy, right?
It's a breakthrough in axe technology that I never even conceived of, and I want to talk about it so much. But I'm also, like I said, slightly intimidated by all of that bag of axe. I've just got this one axe, and it's called the Edge Lord because no one understands it. So, and I also
Dude.
my name has a apostrophe thing in it. That's from where I accidentally hit it with my axe.
Accidentally hit it.
Accidentally. There's more where that came from.
All right. Well, O'Keefe, you get to choose your action now.
All right. Here I go. Hey, you run-of-the-mill large spider, not the wolf one, but the run-of-the-mill one. Are you a grocery store? Because I've got some chopping to do.
Tar twang.
And I'm gonna go at it with a 23.
Oh,
Okay. That let's see here. 23 does hit.
Damn right it does. And then we're gonna get 12
All right.
points of chopping damage.
12 chopping damage,
Oh,
0
man.
damage for the puns.
We need more
Oh.
puns.
Is that looking?
Amy,
pun damage. Oh.
Is it looking
But if
extra?
we can't get more puns, you all can just donate to Jasper's instead and get us some more rerolls. That would
There's
be
more
awesome.
puns. I wrote them
There you
down.
go.
Amy, yeah, $1 a
prepared.
pun. $1 a pun.
$1 a pun.
These
Yes,
could be
dude.
yours.
These could be yours.
I'm gonna auction that off on eBay.
Is that
All right.
how's that? Is that spider still looking pretty run of the mill?
Yeah, pretty run of the mill. A little bit choppy.
Okay.
His frame rate's not holding up too well,
No,
but yeah,
neither is mine.
he's still there.
20,
So
24 for that extra.
yeah, that'll hit.
All right. What's 7 plus 8? 15.
So this spider just those of you that are watching, you see O'Keefe just leap in, and you hear puns flying, and you see legs flying. As this spider is just chopped into pieces
By the Edge Lord.
and is no more.
Oh.
So
Well, now I'm the impressed one.
Yeah.
all right,
This guy's pretty cool.
anything else there, O'Keefe?
Says out loud.
No, I think I'm in a good spot.
All right, Zachary, would you like to describe and introduce your character before taking your action?
I sure will. My name's Modigliani. I'm the free-spirited one of the group. Big fan of alcohol. It sort of helps me work. I do have alcohol listed as my faith, and I take that to heart everywhere I go. So yeah, there's are there any more of these spiders going around?
Yeah, there's just a regular old run-of-the-mill giant spider, and then there's
Just a run-of-the-mill one.
two that look a little wolfy to you. Maybe they got a long snout. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna get up on those wolfy spiders. Whichever one's closest, whichever one would be the most convenient, I'll run up on. And I'm just gonna start beating it with my fists.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I approve of this. All of this. This is phenomenal. Actril is sort of just peeking out from behind Tasty and is impressed.
From
Writing
way at
mental
the
notes
end
for
of
the
the
book.
initiative line.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be a 19 on
How's
the
it going
first
up
hit.
there?
No. 19 hits.
Right on. And that's gonna deal 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I'm
Consider
gonna
him
come-
properly bludgeoned.
I'm gonna bludgeon him again if I can. For 14.
Okay. Would you like to describe what it looks like when you bludgeon this this wolf spider to death with your fists?
I just, casually kind of run up on it and just give it the 1, 2, maybe third for effect.
Okay. All right. So now we move on over to all right. So we got Ricky. You are up.
All right. So, Salvador, aka Salvi, don't call me Sally, walks around. He's his turtle hue is like a dark forest green, and he kind of has on a black sash across his eyes. And he's always trying to be deep and philosophical, even though he sucks at it. He came across these Eastern scrolls decades ago and thinks he's all smart. He says the magic words to ignite his twin flame swords, and it goes something to the tune of "the fire within burns outside," and both of his swords ignite in flames. Because he tries to be the best warrior he can, he charges towards the wolf spider and does a hardcore like double cross slash with both swords.
Okay.
So, is it 1d20 or 2d20 for that?
You'll roll 1 for your first attack and one a separate one for your second.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh,
Look at the Call of Cthulhu guy rolling the nat 20 in his first roll.
Nat 20. Nat 20 on the first one.
So the way I like to do nat 20s is you take your max damage and then you're going to roll damage again and add your modifier. However, it doesn't really matter because tell me how you squish this spider with your first sword.
yes.
Well, with the first slice, I totally decapitate the head of the spider. And as it's flying off, I cut the head in half. And I cut it into fourths. So when it lands in like 4 separate pieces, like a cantaloupe. And it's just with one hand. It's like
So I imagine
Yes.
that's the sound you hear too, is like if you just dropped 4 pieces of cantaloupe on the ground. That's
It's like
what
that
you hear.
wet kind of like
The
splat,
kind of a
splat,
wet-
splat.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
and it had like this burning sensation too. That's the wolf head, right?
right. Yeah, that's the wolf spider. So that's one of those. You've still got quite a things around.
All right. What's
So-
So is there a spider behind me?
Closest to that would be would be just there's a rat swarm
Oh, rat swarm.
right next to that. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So then with that rat swarm, I just do like an overarching like slide across to kill as many rats as I can and catch them on fire as well.
Okay.
That's a 13. And let me look at my modifier here.
That's gonna hit anyways.
Okay.
So yep.
All right. Then my other sword does a 1d6 plus 3 on flame damage, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, 2d6 with fire. That's the jam.
That's an important distinction.
Yeah, that's an important distinction. 7 altogether.
7 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you knock a couple of rats out of this swarm, but there's still quite a few there.
Okay. And I look back and I'm like, dudes, that's all. Did you guys see that?
My God. Wow.
Whoa!
These rats, that's 4 pieces. That's the most I've ever chopped a head in one swing, man.
Dude!
Actual
All
is
right.
confused.
I also get a second action. I get a second attack, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, I had one of those.
So now I'm just going to take my swords and I'm just going to start kind of doing one of these motions. Like I'm just going to start chopping and walking.
Okay.
Ooh, I tried to look cool and I got a 2.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that. So you see, like I imagine that you come in, you swing these, you do wielding your swords, you swing for the first round. On your second attack, you're so preoccupied with how awesome you looked on the first one that you just completely like you're not even paying attention. You just swing right over top. Like maybe you no look swing this one. You're just like
Yeah. Yeah.
and it doesn't even come close. Like it's a good 3 feet above the head of anything.
But I know I got it.
So
Like I'm so confident that I got it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right, Miles, would you like to introduce your character?
So I am. You'll see enter in a turtle, another turtle, and he's a druid. I've got like a red sash around my head, and he's like, he'll say something to the effect of, "I'll keep the happy thoughts for the trees. For now, I'm gonna smash these rats, and I am going to take a swipe at them with this magic."
Do you want to go at the rats that that Salvador's fighting, or
Yeah, I would probably
of
team
your
up
own?
with him on that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
All right, that is a 17 to hit,
That
Nice.
does indeed hit.
and +1. Okay. All right. And then that is 11, a total of 11 bludgeoning damage.
11. All right. All right. So again, you just see rats go flying. You know, you hear squeaking and the thud of bodies as they crunch off of the stone walls. There's still a few left in this particular swarm. So, anything else you have?
Not at this time. Nope.
Okay. All right. So that we'll go to Actril.
Oh, good.
Since Tasty's holding his action still.
Perfect. So at this I guess noticing that Tasty like kind of hesitated, I want to tell him, I'm like, we got to get out of here. Can you clear a path?
That's exactly what I was hesitating for.
I know. And then kind of as I'm saying that, I'll just cast another magic missile at one of the rat swarms.
Okay.
Please.
I'll follow behind the magic missile with magic axe out, ready to
Perfect.
finish up these rat storms and make an opening for Acro.
8 points of damage on the most ouchie-fied rat swarm, please.
Okay. Well, there's only one that's taking any damage, but this you launch these missiles into the swarm that are currently surrounding Salvador and Ross, and the last of the rats go flying. They just kind of disappear into a puff of smoke, and that particular swarm is now gone.
Nice.
And Tasty, would you like to use your action now?
Oh, sorry. No more rat swarms, or yes, rat swarms?
Yep. There's still one more rat swarm.
Oh, yes. That sounds like an opening for April. And I used one of those rerolls because I was in that one. All right. That's better. So down to 2 rerolls. So that gets me 17 to hit.
Oof.
It does.
Awesome.
It does.
And then I'll take it. That is 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay. And again, there's just bodies flying at this point,
Walk up.
but there's still bodies around.
Man.
Are we going to ask more questions, or?
That's another one.
I didn't write any down. That's all me.
Wow.
Buddy
The
with the
improv.
axe
Those
puns,
improv
right?
classes are really paying off, Dwight.
Oh,
For you. Good for you.
It's $0 and got that much out of them. So
are we
Right.
are we back around to me? So
not quite yet. So
see, I thought you were leading me in with a pun.
Tasty, is that your turn?
Yeah, because I did my I moved to get up there,
Yep.
and then I did my action, and then
Okay. So I gave everybody a surprise round for that, since the turtles made their grand entrance in the middle of a swarm that wasn't expecting it. So we're going to circle back up to the top here, and Salvador has
Yes.
first go this round.
All right. So I'm looking at just rats left, right?
Oh no! There are. Let's see here. We have a full swarm of rat. Well, not quite a full swarm. It's taken some damage.
Mhm.
There are beetles. There are there's swarms of spiders, not just the big ones, but there's some spider swarms. There is that big giant blocky looking thing that didn't look too happy for a block.
Okay. All right.
And some centipedes. Yeah.
All right. So I pick out the swarm of spiders,
Mhm.
and I have a flask of like oil. I take it and I throw it into that swarm. That'll be my first action.
Okay.
So do I need to roll on that?
So what is it again that you're doing?
It's just a little flask of oil, like a little glass that's filled with like lantern oil.
Nope.
Okay. And then my next.
I'll let you have that one. So yeah.
Okay. And my next move is I take my sword and I kind of flip it upside down, and I throw it like a dagger as it's on fire into that swarm.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
my God.
So you're gonna need to throw a ranged attack. I'm gonna ask you to roll this one with disadvantage.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's do it.
Really brings a lot of panache to all of this.
Right.
Attacks, doesn't it?
Right.
All right. So that's going to be a 17.
That does hit.
Yeah. And I do one of those.
So go ahead and roll me your roll me damage for your ranged attack first.
All right. Let's see. What would that be on?
It's going to be on the sword.
Is on the
Should
sword?
be your.
So would that just be the flame damage?
I'm not sure if that's going to have a ranged attack on it. So hold on 1 second here.
Little minis at 9,300.
As you're looking that up, just know that as she stands in the back of this fight, Actril is furiously writing onto a piece of scroll paper all of these, just chronicling everything she's seeing right now. It's going to be one hell of a book or scroll in the archives.
I like it.
Thank you, V.
Let's see here. View this. And you know what? Go ahead and roll your d6 plus 3 on that.
Okay. 2d6 or 1d6?
Just 1d6 for that one.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm acting OP, aren't I?
Well,
Oh
no,
my
I'm sorry.
goodness.
That was while flaming, so you will get your 2d6. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. I got a 9.
9. Okay. And this you threw this at the ones that were on the oil, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Roll me an extra d6 damage because they all light on fire now and are persistently burning.
All right. That's a 4.
All right. So you just hear this popping sound. You hear you can smell tiny fur burning. It's tiny little hairs burning. Smells a little bit like roasted peanuts in here now.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
else there?
I'm gonna count that as 2 actions. I do look around and I'm like, who are you? Like in the middle of this carnage.
He says it just like that too.
You never heard of
Who are
Tasty
you?
Jones?
Tasty
Flex.
Jones. Is that like a new drink? Is that a new elixir? Like Surge?
You say
I don't
drink?
know. Is it? I drink some Tasty Jones.
And
I'm Actril. Thank you for the help.
who's the
Yeah, much
Elven?
appreciated.
All right.
Mysterious sewer stranger friends think we make a good team against vermin. There's a lot of that down here. I think we
Right
should stick
on.
together.
And then I
Okay.
take off running to retrieve my sword. So
I don't think so. I don't think we can trust these humans.
I'm a half elf. Thank you very much. He
Humanoids.
says, stepping in front of Tasty a little bit and then kind of immediately stepping back.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
a pretty big
Aren't
human.
we humanoid?
I'm not a variant human.
whoa.
Still got the
We
numbers,
all are
but I'm
part
a
of the
big
circle
human.
of life, dudes. It's all we're all alive together.
Hey, is she drawing our picture?
And
Wait
I
a minute.
stop. I
right.
stop scribbling and kind of like put the whole thing back in my pouch.
Bros, let's
Actually,
handle
when
the
you-
monster throws.
Acro, when you finish your scroll that you're doing, can you make it have pictures of us doing awesome stuff? And can you make it have bubbles that say the stuff that we're saying? Because I'm going to say good stuff and you're going to want it.
Yeah. Like I don't know how to like write that in like a book though. Would I have to like separate the pictures with like
boxes.
bar or something?
Like yeah,
or-
yeah.
That's a
It
You
great
have a
would,
bunch of
idea.
panels.
it would be like
they're
a
talking.
Actral's eyes kind of light up and just said, "That's a great idea."
yeah. I just invented that. It'll be like a book, but it'll be like more comical than a book.
Bros, I think we got more monsters. I mean, I don't want to
Yeah.
break up the party.
I was thinking, like, did I
Oh,
miss
man.
something?
I totally
So-
forgot.
With that in mind, O'Keefe suddenly realizes that it's his turn to do a thing.
It is. Is there still a swarm of beetles?
There is a swarm of beetles
All right.
with 2
All right.
E's, no A's.
Train my axe. I train the edgelord up on that swarm of beetles, and I whip it back up over my head like, yeah. And then I'm gonna be like, hey, beetles, you're about to have a hard day's night.
Ah!
And down it comes
Oh man.
for 22.
That barely graces them. Good job.
That barely grazes the beet.
Oh my god.
15.
Ooh, yeah. So you just hear just squishing and snapping as exoskeletons are smashed
Ooh.
left and right.
So much carapace.
Right.
Is that all gone? Is it gone?
No, there's still some left.
All
Not
right.
much, but there's a few.
So much
few left.
shattered chitin.
Oh, it's coming back around again then.
I like your smash sounds. Excellent smash sounds. Tasty Jones gives it a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
So crunchy.
All right. How's the 16 do on them guys?
That does.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, that does it good.
It gets them.
Would you like to add a death pun for how you kill these beetles?
Ooh.
Yeah. Just call me Yoko.
Ha! There it is.
Yoko, oh
Push.
no.
Smoke.
Yeah.
No.
Better than what Casey Jones had. Casey Jones just had, I beetle you to death.
Oh, I like that better. I want to do over.
Bromance here. I ship it. I ship it so hard.
I can feel it. I can
As
Yeah.
a
feel it.
bonus action, I think and possibly say out loud that I'm over my conflicting feelings about Tasty Jones and I 100% heart him.
Yeah, I ship it.
Dude, yes.
Or all of it. All right. Well, as you have, the other swarm of beetles reacts very poorly to your verbal mistreatment of their friends, and they surround you, and start biting at you. But they're not real good at it.
No, they're
Like
not.
maybe like a 13 seems like it wouldn't really penetrate a turtle hide.
By a wide
So,
margin, it does not.
Yeah. So yeah, they don't really do a whole lot there.
No, they don't. No.
So Modigliani, it is now your turn. So
So we've got a swarm on O'Keefe. There's this cube chilling, right?
yeah, he's just kind of hanging out in the background. Again, not really looking happy for a square block of Jello.
And what else is there? Anything?
Oh yeah,
Juicy?
there's lots of things. At various levels of juiciness. There's still some more spider swarms. There is still a half dead swarm of rats. And yeah, this big old cubey thing.
Is it possible to get the cube and some other stuff in, say, a 10-foot cone?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
There we go.
That's that smile.
There we
Got a
go.
trick up his
There
sleeve.
is
Okay.
there is a cube, the cube thingy. There's a giant spider, and a bunch of centipedes that are all kind of just hanging out in the back together.
I kind of run up to him and I pull out kind of a canister of oil,
Mhm.
and I pop it open and I chug it, and then I breathe and it's fire.
Okay.
And they all need to make
Love it.
dexterity saving throws.
Dang.
All right. I got a dexterity saving throws. Against what?
The DC is 13.
All right.
Or
So
if they save, they're going to take half.
cube is So -1 after my -4 modifier,
I think that fails.
right?
One more
And
times.
let's see here. Let's see, we got a big spider here. He is pretty dexterous, but he only rolls a 9. So he kind of stumbles his way through it. And then what I say, there was centipedes, right? Yep, centipedes.
Yep.
Also a little bit. That's a 13, which I think also.
13
fails,
is a save.
That is a save. Okay.
Yep, that is the
So
DC. So everyone who failed is going to take. Those aren't very great. Let's see, 6, 10, 13 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Everyone who saved will take half of that, which is I think 6. And then I need to roll a D10 and add 1 to it. And if I roll an 11 or higher, I explode in my face and take that too. Nope. I take that too. 10 plus 1.
And I go, bro, you gotta control the flame. The flame within comes
Oh
without.
man, this always happens. How much damage did I say it was? 13?
13 and then
to the
save for fail.
face. Yes.
Oh,
Into
Jake.
my face. Just
Jake will DM a game now for $100, and that would give me 2 rerolls and all those mini turtles out there. Just saying,
Just hanging.
$100, get Jake to DM you a game.
I mean,
Oh, no, it sounds
This is
pretty
just
cool.
the sewer vermin, y'all. I feel like there's other things that
I'm just-
might come later that also have.
You act like there's
bad
something
names.
too
And I'm
petty
sure
for
these
my
guys are going to
reroll.
show us to their fun sewer camp where we can take a long rest.
Mhm.
oh yeah. We got
All right,
a
so
cool pit.
let's see.
Um,
There.
I
It's
do want
gnarly.
to spend a key point to take the dodge action as a bonus.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Kind of gnarly, bro.
Like, bro, are you okay?
No, man, I am not okay.
Okay, well, if you're not okay, then I'm not gonna laugh, bro.
No, it's cool if you laugh. It was totally hilarious.
God, it was.
I'm in pain.
I love these
God.
guys and their disregard for their personal well-being. I think we're already best friends. Like, you like getting hit in the face too? You should have seen these rats chewing on me on the way down here. It's
Actual
all right.
pulls the scroll out of her pouch again and starts writing again very quickly. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Initiate bro down
No,
sequence.
I am not okay.
My name's Tasty Jones. It's very nice to meet you. Fine fighting turtle fellas down here in the sewer. I spent a lot of time in the sewer. I've never came across any. Is it just you? Is there more you?
I look at my bros and I'm like, are there more of us, bros?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, me neither.
You hear a quiet voice in your head that says, "There are no more of you."
Oh no, we're all dudes.
Oh no, we're the last of our kind.
Oh,
That is not rad at all.
oh, God. Oh no.
Now I'm even more impressed finding out that they're the last of their kind. This is
I bet if there were more of us, they'd be totally cool though.
Yeah. You know,
So, you
Yeah.
live down here, or you just hang out down here like me, or are you looking for something like Acro?
I've never seen like what is that like a human elf elfin
Yeah, I'm what
Tasty
happens
Jones.
when elf loves a human very, very much, and then they make me.
hey bros, do you
question.
think we could-
Wow.
As
And
you're
I
as
kinda
you're
step
sitting
out-
around talking while there's all these things around you, this weird cube thing just keeps pushing its way into the center of the room. It as it does so, everything else, just even the stuff that was this fighting with you, it starts leaving. So it wants to get the heck out of here.
right,
I
it
am
does.
going to grant opportunity attacks to O'Keefe and Salvador and Ross for the beetles and then the rat swarms that you are both. So if you want to take those real quick.
Okay. As I'm taking my attack, I ask, so half elf, half human. When an elf loves a human, bros, do you think anyone could ever love us?
No.
What is love?
No.
She just goes, no. Oh, man.
It's best not to entertain those thoughts.
Oh.
We'll have philosophical discussions off screen.
Oh.
It's sad and miserable. Not here though.
That's my new Ninja Turtles canon.
Okay.
Whenever they're not doing cool Ninja Turtle stuff, they're just sitting around going, I'm a monster.
Existential crisis.
Ninja times.
Dude.
O'Keefe
oh my
spends his entire opportunity attack staring into the void.
Oh, man.
Actual looks kind of sad at Sal's remark and like stops writing for a second and then like shakes it off and keeps writing.
Existential crisis. I rolled a 20.
All right,
Cool.
so that does hit your rat swarm.
All right, so my first
And actually,
one,
just there's only a couple of these rats left. So why don't you go and tell me what it looks like when you finish off these rats?
it looks like rats being put into a fire blender, and it's like
They'll
just
tell me what it smells like.
Burgers.
yeah, and I'm like, bros, I got an idea. How about we get like some bread and some goat cheese and use all this meat, right?
Rat meat sandwiches, dude.
I would like some of that
Whoa.
rat pate.
I was
All
thinking
right,
like
so
a pizza.
Oh.
Wow. Like
Okay.
That's pizza.
Never mind.
I like where your mind's at. I wasn't on your level, bro. I was
Yeah.
thinking too simple.
No, it's just all the anger and rage, bro. I get it.
So again, as you're talking, this cube continues to push its way into the room. And it just sidles up alongside Tasty Jones. And
Oh God.
yeah, it just kind of like shoots out this weird appendage at you.
Tasty.
Yeah.
No!
It does.
Shoot out a weird goo appendage at me.
And that's a 20, a not natural 20.
Oh,
And you
Tasty.
take 10 points of acid damage.
Tasty Jones is pissed now. Not raged, pissed. That's
Ooh.
different. I'm just pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not raging.
Distinction.
It's also going to lash out at O'Keefe. And that is a 23.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Okay. And that's going to be 8 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Nothing else is in range, so that will end its turn at this point. And we are going to move back. All the other insects are now heading back down from the way that that Actual and Tasty came from. And we're going to go back up to Salvador. I'm sorry,
Alright.
wait a minute. Nope, I've got to
Oh,
get to Actual.
Oh God.
Um,
Oh good. This is gonna be useful. So I see Tasty is just got hit by the goo appendage. And I wanna like shake my head and cast Cure Wounds on him, please.
Okay.
So let's
Oh,
see.
you don't gotta do that.
Yeah, I guess that I do, and I'm gonna. So okay, so that is gonna be
Not in
8
front of these
points
guys.
of
Right.
8 points of cure. So I'm gonna do that, and then I guess I'm gonna look over at because I haven't been paying attention. Who's next in the turn order, Dwight?
It's going to be Tasty. It's
God
his held
bless. I
turns.
am going to also cast Bardic Inspiration on Tasty. And I'm going to be like, so yeah, the story about that really, that badass guy in the sewers, it ends with him killing a giant cube monster of goo. So you got this.
getting
And I
killed or
pat him on his
killing?
back.
Killing,
does.
not getting killed, right?
No, killing him,
Is it me?
the other guy.
Am I the badass guy in the sewer story?
I think you could be. And I step back and kind of get out of his way. I just kind of scramble over to the very, very side, like the walls of the sewer.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I do. I'm going to use another one of those rerolls. Okay, that's better. So that is going to be 21 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
Nice.
And then that's going to be, what I got here? 12 damage.
12 damage. All right. This is an axe that you're swinging it with, I'm assuming?
Yup.
Yeah, you just hear this like this squishy, kind of like if you like when you smack a fork into some jello. But it just slides right through, pulls it right back out. All right.
Oh, sploosh. No, thank you. But
Anything
my
up
axe is
there?
okay because that's my favorite axe. Right?
So it's going to yeah, no, you're good on that. So
All right, good.
all right, so we are back up to Ross. It is your turn.
All right. I am going to. I see this cube, and I'm gonna wild shape and awaken a bunch of underground sewer spores. The spirit of the sewer that resides within me, and
That's what you call it.
and then I'm going to create a 10-foot cube of spores, and yeah, it's centered over the cube of
The cube?
spores,
Okay.
centered over the cube of goo.
Cube on cube crime.
Cubes and yeah. Okay. Does that do any damage?
At the start of its turn, it takes it'll make a Constitution save or take my spore damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right. So we are back up around to O'Keefe.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and attack the cube with my axe. And before I do that, I'm gonna be like, I had a pun for this, but I think my humor is too edgy for you. I'm gonna bring it right down, like try to be like dead center cube, so that I can make it into two rectangular shapes instead. With a 14.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That does it well. Yeah.
Yes. For 12.
Okay. So you split this thing in two. Axe just goes right down through it. It's like hot knife butter, all the good stuff. And it's just kind of slowly, like slow-mo, bad Michael Bay action movie, where it just falls apart like this
Yes.
slowly, and it lands and it topples into the sewer, and it is gone.
Michael Bay should make a movie about turtles that fight.
Whoa, that'd
could-
be awesome.
I bet he would do a good job.
Whoa.
Actrol's eyes light up again and makes a note in the margin of what she's writing. He's like, "That's a great idea."
Hmm.
All right,
Unless
and
they
y'all
look
are
too real.
out of combat. So well done. All right, we are going to take a quick break here. We are coming up on an hour left in this game. Keep those donations coming, everybody. I think we're giving away the minis soon if we haven't already. I haven't been really watching the chat that much, but we're going to take maybe 5 minutes or so, take a quick nature break, and we will be right back. All right, we're back, everybody. So, hey, we're getting close here to the end of this game, and we got a big one coming up with Chris Perkins, as I'm sure anybody hanging out is eagerly waiting on. Let's see if we can get to 9,500 before then. We're at, what, 92 something or other. I don't have the number right in front of me, but let's see if we can get to that. We just gave away those Turtle Minis, which I'm excited to get out here shortly. But let's see if we can get some more money in that donation, get some more domain die up there, because they're gonna need it. So,
what do you have, Matt?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Stick around next game. Win this guy right here. Giving away
Ooh.
cars and
Better.
boats.
All right, so you've just cleaned out the vermin from this sewer, and at this point, if you've been in the sewers at all, which 4 of you I know spend a lot of time down here, actually 5 of you, including Tasty, spend a lot of time down here in the sewer. It is not normal for there to be this kind of activity.
It's not normal for me to just hang out in the sewer.
No, that's completely normal and expected. Something is clearly driving the stuff that lives in this area out. So at this point, everything's dead or gone. A whole bunch of it ran back the other way. The other 2 directions, there's no way for you to get through it. The only real way you have to go, unless you want to chase down a whole bunch of bugs and rats and whatnot that have taken off down to the south, is to continue heading north. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I feel drawn to the north.
Okay. And remember too, all of you, actually you're looking for something down here. The 4 turtles, this is where you live, and there's just been weird stuff going on lately, and it doesn't sit right with you. And you feel an urge to get to the bottom of this. Something seems to be calling you.
Actral goes over to the 4 turtles and say, well, thank you. I'm down here looking for, like, has there been anything that's like feeling off down here, or anything that you've felt the need to investigate, or, does everything feel, is this normal or is this weird?
Rose, investigate? What?
Who's in charge here? Who would be the leader? In blue, maybe.
Yeah, I got out. Yeah, that'll be me.
Oh.
I didn't realize the blue sash made me the leader, but
Yeah.
I guess you're the leader, bro.
But
Whoa,
now that you
congratulations!
Yeah, welcome to be the leader.
This is the origin story. I love it. This is the best.
It does seem very leadery, and I go over to O'Keefe and I'm like, so has anything seemed weird lately?
okay, I wasn't going to say anything, but since Salvador mentioned about whether anybody could ever love us, everything has felt weird.
Right?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Oh.
Yeah.
I kinda
think
go
this
like,
is
well,
weird.
That's not really what I meant. It is weird. No, feel your feelings.
Totally
But
weird.
I meant, like, have there been like more of these swarms, or there's been like break-ins up there, and they said that they came out of the sewers.
It seems that, like, by my estimation, that the swarms of beetles and things is probably related to the petty theft. I don't really have any logic to back that up. It's just kind of a hunch.
Seems like a typical, that one 80s cartoon show episode. I say that we should
Right.
follow your hunch because you're obviously in charge here.
I am.
Yeah.
O'Keefe, can you give me a perception roll, please? O'Keefe?
Charge, bro.
Bro, look
Whoa,
around.
Yeah,
That
was
void
cool.
started to stare back, huh?
Just thinking
Bro.
about how no one loves him.
What existential
Get out your
crisis at a
heels, bro.
time.
We got a job to do.
when your webcam is your phone and texts are coming up on it. Okay.
It's a lot on the mind, I know.
16.
Bro.
16. Okay. So you notice it's real faint, but you notice at the edge of the entryway heading to the north, where all this stuff came from, you see something. It's almost the same color as the stone, but there's just a slight shading to it. It looks like maybe if you go up close to it, it looks like maybe something was drawn there with some charcoal, maybe. And it's just lightly dusted onto to the stone there. When you look at it, it looks like the outline of a closed fist, and it looks like it's so the arm section is pointing away from the tunnel, and the close fist is kind of pointing towards the tunnel to the north.
You guys, do you see this art on the tunnel wall that looks vaguely like a closed fist? I'm a bit of an expert in art that looks vaguely like other things. That's a Georgia O'Keeffe joke. Because I can keep explaining.
No.
Actually, I think the art is better when there's less explanations.
You're probably right.
That's a good point. Less explanation.
More interpretation. You know?
And
Yeah.
Actral is like really quickly trying to like sketch in her
Mhm.
scroll like what that looks like.
I feel like if we go this way, we'll figure out what this fist is about, right?
It's probably about fighting the power or running the
Sideways.
jewels. Oh.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I like Salvatore's turtle logic. It's flawless.
And
Yes,
yeah.
it is. Yes, it is, dude. Oh god.
All right,
Yeah,
so you
I
head
thought
down the
always-
tunnel.
Shall we mount up on our skateboards that we invented in this universe?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My
What?
mounting up sound.
What is that? Do a kickflip.
I don't even know what a kickflip is. We just invented
I do one.
skateboards.
Hold on,
So
let me
I-
give a dex check right here real quick. I want to be the first to kickflip in this universe then.
What are you, Casey Jones or Tony Hawk? What's going on here? No.
Well, we have an archive lady right here. She could write it down. Everybody would know.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'll write it
Ready? All right, I'm a barbarian. I have some
Invent a
dex on me.
kickflip.
Let's
Right
see if
here.
I can invent a kickflip.
Bro, bend your knees, drop your weight, focus on your center,
Mhm.
and then like kick, and then flip.
Let me put my mask on for this. All right, so
Just watching Dwight try to keep it together.
At this point, Actral has a migraine brewing,
is it,
but
is
it's
there
just
going to
playing
be?
along.
Is it performance or intelligence, and then like dex, or just a straight dex?
Just a straight dex, yeah.
Just a straight dex,
Mhm.
right?
Sounds like accurate.
Get ready to use that last dice we have left. Are any of
Oh.
them? Oh, look,
Bro,
Miles.
on a
Did I get it?
kickflip?
Did I get it? No,
Do it
that's
on
a
the
nat
kickflip.
one, and I refuse that. So I'm using the last domain dice.
Use it.
Somebody please get somebody please do that.
Oh man.
Get some more domain dice.
It's gonna be
Someone's like
sick. It's gonna
broke
be so
jokers
sick.
for
I
Chris
need some
Perkins.
domain dice.
Have the heroes ever died in the origin story?
It's not a-
Is that,
I
is
think
that a thing?
that's
In the
counterintuitive.
first one, Shredder dies, and then they said back like
Whoa,
Shredder.
spoiler
comes.
alert, bro. Party
Ooh.
foul.
That's Dex, right?
Mhm.
Straight Dex. That's still a 7. I don't know.
All
how
right, so
hard-
yeah, you
Bro.
that seems
you
like at least
kick,
a 10.
and the board flips, but it just goes shooting off into the water at the and you land on your feet, so nothing bad happens other than there's a board in the water now. So
You're paying for that.
Don't break our boards, dude. We
You
all
can't
know.
get our
go
boards
after
wet,
his
man.
board,
so
and
as you continue to
Moving
head
on.
north up the tunnel, you notice at every junction after this, you notice that there are more of these little chalk fists. Each junction has one, and it seems to always point up one of the tunnels. You continue to follow them because I said you did. Until you
At the
reach
speed of thought, I believe.
right, exactly. Till you reach a ladder. And then again, there's a fist that just there's two of them, one on either side of the ladder. Maybe their thumbs are slightly raised.
all right. I
Oh,
see this.
Does
as a
this
good
ladder go
sign.
up?
It does. It does.
Ah.
So,
Wow. They're pretty cryptic with like where to go here.
yeah.
Like do I just
Are
punch
they?
the ladder? I started punching the ladder.
I don't
That's
think
not
that's
it.
no, I don't think that's the key here.
Ah.
How
Try
about
using a domain dice and then punch the ladder. Oh wait, they're on.
Oh,
I'm just-
Gotta
that
use
would
it
have
for the
been
important
really
things.
impressive.
yeah, I Keith, what are we gonna do, bro? You're the leader. Should we go up this ladder?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's a good idea. I thought of that before you said it. Go.
But you know, like thinking about it though, it's like we're like emerging out of like darkness into like like knowledge when we go up this ladder. It's like
Maybe we'll
like
find
simple.
love up there.
Yeah,
Good luck.
I hope so.
So as you reach the top of the ladder, O'Keefe, you find a plain wooden door, the trap door, barring your movement forward.
I try to use my strongness on it.
All right.
Also known as strength.
Strongness check.
Are you going to push with strongness, or are you just going to open it gently?
With
No,
much.
One punch.
With
it,
much.
bro.
All right. Roll me a d20.
Jeez, I almost lost it. 2.
Did it open?
It does. It opens. It takes a little bit. Maybe it even falls back and bonks you on the head real quick. But you open it because it's just a door.
Oh,
Yeah.
I knew that. Okay, this is just a door, you guys. Doesn't
This
really
is why he's the leader. I look down like this is why
doesn't
he's
take any. It doesn't take any kind of strength. Like anybody could have done it,
You
but
know
I did.
what?
But I did.
It is a door. Good
Yeah.
job.
Thanks for
All
losing.
right, up we go.
All right. So as you climb to the top of the ladder, you emerge into what looks to be a poorly lit warehouse. There's if you look, the walls are kind of showing a lot of signs of age and wear. The roof is covered, but again, it's old. Looks like it's just enough to keep the rain off of the inside.
Dude, name dice is back.
Throughout the
Oh, God.
room, you see crates, wooden crates stacked on top of each other.
Let me see a skateboard.
With each one of them has in charcoal, but not drawn lightly. You see that fist logo right in the center of each of those boxes.
Wow. And I go up to the I want to go up to the chalk thing and like get close to it and just like I want to like just start like sketching it again. Like
Sure.
just to kind of chronicle the journey that we've been on.
Okay. They're just crates with fists on them.
I'm gonna open
Pretty easy
one
for you to. All right, you open one up.
with my
you
strongness.
notice-
With my strongness.
with your strongness. Okay. You're strong enough. It opens pretty easily. It takes a little bit of work, but nothing too much. It's nailed. The lid's nailed on, but you're able to pry it loose after a few seconds of work. You notice it's lined with straw, and it's full of silverware, just full of silverware.
I don't know what to make of this.
I think they're running the jewels, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As these guys are going around in a circle in turn for the next 5 minutes saying, yeah.
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 Actral
Yeah.
is kind of making her way around the rest of this room and just
Yeah.
looking for anything else.
Tasty.
Yeah.
You notice it looks to be just all of these
Yeah.
rooms, are all of these crates stacked on top of each other, all around the room. There does appear to be a doorway on one end. There's no door, it's just an entry like into another section of the building. At one end of what looks to be a warehouse.
This
Hey,
door.
Guys,
Door.
You guys,
There's a
why would
door.
the fisty guys want to steal forks?
I don't know, but I'm thinking I can do a pretty cool kickflip off of one of these crates.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, do it!
yeah,
Do
yeah.
All right.
Be
So
rad.
Flip.
I get some.
gonna,
I write kick flip into my notebook. I'm like, okay, anytime.
All right.
cool.
So
Say
I,
Cucamonga when you do it.
There
Say
was a
Cucamonga
time
when
for
you do it.
bardic inspiration and
I get on
guidance.
top of the tallest
and I
crate
give
I
him
can.
bardic inspiration.
What's
And
the
I
tallest
give you
crate in
my
the room?
domain dice.
That
Is it
gives
like
you
19 feet up?
1d10.
Ooh, nice.
And I also, hold on, I touch him on the shoulder and I say, you can do this.
Nice.
Guidance. That's 1d4.
Wow.
I'm gonna do a kickflip and I'm gonna try to do like a 180. You think that's possible?
Okay.
Oh my
What's
god.
the
I
highest?
think you just upped that DC.
What's the highest crate in the room?
It's probably about 8 feet tall.
Oh my
I
god.
go-
It's
I get on
like,
top of
like
that
2 or
crate.
3 of them stacked on top of each other.
All right, so
This
I'm
is
gonna
the
get on top
equivalent
that.
of like me with a video camera, but I'm like, I'm ready.
All right, bros, check it out. Okay, to live or not live. I mean, does it have meaning? And I jump off.
Let's find out.
All right, so 11, 8, 19, 23.
All right, so you what you're doing a kick flip and a 180, you said?
Yeah, Yeah.
So you just hear like the 5 of you watching, time slows down. Or jumps off, and you just see this perfect the board flips ever so slowly. It lands right back on his feet. He doesn't even have to grab. He's just perfect 180. He lands. You hear guitars also. What are guitars? Just
Flutes.
yeah, just as epic soundtrack as he lands it. There's this like the star symbol like flies up above his head. I'm not even sure what that's coming from, but he lands it perfectly and skates off.
I believe I can fly.
Oh gosh.
Now I'm ready.
I believe I can
And
fly.
yeah, Actral starts to diagram this, and I'm like,
Roll credits.
kickflip.
We're done.
Wow.
So we did the adventure.
Yeah.
Bro,
First
I could
kickflip.
die now in complete peace. And I kicked the skateboard up and I said, Tasty, it's all yours. And I roll it to him.
Oh,
Oh my god.
get that domain dice ready. All right. Now that I've seen him do it, Acro. This I do not do it from the top of the thing. I still do it on the ground. I put the board
Tasty,
down.
you're gonna break your neck.
I got this. I can feel it. I just saw him do it. Don't.
There's
I
a
wanna
door
look cool.
here.
I want to look cool in front of these guys.
We have a half an hour with 2 commercial breaks. I'm okay.
22 minutes. 22 minutes.
I can hear Dwight breathing.
Character art.
Hurry up! If you're gonna do it, do it.
No bardic inspiration. Just do it. I see how.
Oh God, fine. I give you guidance, and I give you bardic inspiration. You can do it. I believe in
and
you.
I give myself that domain dice if I don't like what this says.
What?
Oh, I think it is.
Nat 20.
20.
Yes! Oh!
Awesome!
Not lying.
Oh,
Solid.
Kamanga.
Cucamonga indeed, bro. Hamamana.
Oh,
So you nail this move, and you see you hear this voice that just goes righteous.
And then I go. And then I go give it the board back to Salvatore and
Fist
put
bump.
it in his chest forcefully and give him a fist bump. And then come around and give him a hug.
Ah!
Bro!
What?
Actral is just that was hot.
So
And
what,
like Starrett just keeps writing.
what god do we just get the acknowledgement of? There had to be a god that acknowledged that.
The god of Hawk.
Yeah.
The 90s god.
Yeah.
Guys, if we're done, there's a door over here.
Yeah.
all right. Yeah. No,
door.
that's what I was gonna say.
I can die happy
Charge.
now.
Yeah. Okay, well good, because you might. And I start walking over towards the door.
So as you get to the door, you just see a hallway. On the left side of the hallway looks to be what would probably an entrance. If you look out the window, you'll see what probably like what we would call a Japanese garden. There's lots of you know the area of town based on where you started and how much you walked, the directions you walked. You're still in a pretty seedy part of the dock ward. However, somebody has clearly taken time to take care of this garden out front. On the right side, you see a wooden wall with a small single-person doorway on the right-hand side.
Look at these little
Actral is
trees.
frantically sketching this whole thing into what is now becoming a comic book.
These trees are so small. Look at these trees. Look at these fish in the pond. Are these koi fish? Oh,
You don't know from koi fish. Shut up.
maybe.
Wow,
You
he's
ever?
taking to this leader thing really quick.
Power corrupts, absolutely, bro.
I kicked that door. There's another door in there.
Wow.
I kick it. Kick
All
it in.
right, leader. That's what I'm talking about. SWAT team. Let's do this.
Initiative. It's
Preach!
initiative time. Like not like the literal initiative, but like I'm taking initiative.
Yeah, right.
Who knows? It might be both.
It's probably both.
Yeah.
So are we heading down the hallway, or are we just going to hang out here and?
No, we can head down the hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you
Forward.
all right. So are you Left of the garden, right into the doorway.
Leader.
Oh, I thought the doorway came off of the garden. I thought we were already in the garden.
No, there was a garden off to your left and a doorway off to the right.
Oh, I want to go in the
You can-
garden then.
Yeah,
Okay.
the garden.
Okay.
But I kicked that door just for the practice.
Okay. There was no door. It's just a doorway. It's an opening.
Then
He
there's
Pretends
nothing.
to kick a door.
Then there's nothing to
Would've
resist the
been
might
okay.
of my foot, and I am victorious to the garden.
Metaphor. These are all doors, bro.
You go out into the
win.
garden. The garden is a garden. On the other end of the garden is an alleyway, or a small street off the edge of the dock ward. Actral, you're familiar with the area. You know that this is Wharf Street,
Mhm.
and it looks pretty regular out here, as far as you can tell.
Okay, what is it? Nighttime?
About to
Yeah,
ask.
it is definitely dark
Big
outside.
Apple, 3 a.m.
Cowabunga! Well, guys, I don't know. How often do you guys get up here? And I look back at all the turtles.
I've never been up here.
Bro, first time.
Well,
So
Pretty
is-
nice.
As you're hanging out in the garden,
Yeah.
you hear behind you laughter coming from inside the door you just left. It's a deep guttural laughter.
I didn't hear anyone tell a joke.
I start laughing nervously, like, ha ha ha, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be left out.
Actral, all the color freaking drains because the feeling of dread is looming, and just kind of turns around and looks at the door.
So again, the door you walk through still there, but as you look through that doorway, it leads right into the other door that you walked past, which looks to open up into some sort of from what you can tell, a larger area. There looks to be weapons on the wall, kind of this straw mat on the floor. But you can't really see too far into the room from there.
Bros, I think we're in like the fist, like, I think we're in their house, right? Like, I think this is, I
I don't even
think,
know what a house is.
I
this is
don't.
Probably their house.
I don't. I thought we were
Sal
bros.
might know what he's talking about. Don't talk over him.
Hold on. I'm just thinking, like, if people are stealing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
then it might be the people that have the hands closed, like
Mhm.
stealing stuff.
Whoa, I never put that together.
Right?
That's when they grab the.
You're right. It's the right.
Right. All
They
right.
steal it and then they run away and follow the other.
I have dark vision.
Yeah.
Can I see into this space?
Yeah, it's not so much the light that's having a problem, it's just your distance from it. You're probably 30 feet away and you're looking through two doorways to see this room now. So
Okay.
you do see the on the wall directly in front of you, if you look all the way through, is another one of the fist logo, but it's painted onto the wall.
I feel like that laughter was probably super menacing, but I'm not bright enough to realize that. So I kind of want to go
Right.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
O'Keefe. Man, it's too late. He's already on his way.
Laughing
Yeah,
is
I'm
a happy
following right
thing. Let's
behind.
go.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
running right behind him too. Like,
Yeah.
he's a leader, bro.
There's a joke going on over there, and I don't want to miss it.
Oh my god, this is such a bad idea. It's such
If
a bad idea.
something's
It's such a bad
funny,
idea.
I want you.
Writing all this down. Writing all this down.
Tasty, you rolling? Yeah, he got it.
Wait, what's
Yeah.
funny?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We're gonna find out though.
Oh, my.
So as you
And Actral just kind of shakes her head and she's like, "This is how it ends." Oh,
So
then
as
I
you-
start to write my obit in the back of the notebook.
as you head into this room, you see again, you have just wooden walls on either side. There's benches lining the walls on all sides. There are weapons. There's various staffs and short swords, long swords, bows lining the walls. The mat on the floor is made from straw, but you smell like cleaning fluids. Like they keep this room very, very clean. You see on all 3 of the walls, except for the one that you're walking into, is this fist logo painted on the wall in white paint. As you enter the room, immediately as the last of you enters the room, the door behind you slams shut.
Shit.
And you hear this laughter. As this mist starts to fill the room from the floor up. It fills the room from floor to ceiling. Takes it about 15 seconds, and you hear this laughter louder and louder. Greetings, turtles. Long have we... sorry. We've been waiting a long time. We've been watching you from afar. And now it is time for you to behold the Fist Clan. And this, as the mist dissipates to the top, the wall to your left slowly starts to open.
Excuse me, ominous voice. I didn't hear you mention Casey Jones, Turtles, and Casey Jones, or were you called?
I whapped Tasty on the chest. I'm like, shut up.
He hasn't been watching you, bro. He's been watching us, the Turtles.
We did not expect friends, but all are welcome.
Good. There we go.
The door continues to open to your left, and these four humans walk out, and they're all wearing like these black tight-fitting cloth clothes, sleeveless. They have the Fist logo on their chest. The door to your right, the wall to your right also slowly opens. And you hear this grunting noise and this stomping as 2 huge figures emerge from the shadows. There's torches in the back of this room to the right that backlight them through. It looks like something out of a rock concert. You see these hulking figures, and one of them has this giant horn protruding off the front of his nose. The other one, just, you hear, it's this hulking beast of some sort of wereboar, but clearly larger than any wereboar that you've ever encountered before, walks through the door. And you hear the voice laugh again. And now, turtles, you will meet your end. Roll me initiative.
Why, bro? We just met.
We found your forks.
I thought a party was going on.
I got a 21, Dwight.
All right. Here is a 21.
Another 17. How about that?
All right, Brad, what you got for me?
9.
As they're coming out, I say to the 2 big boys, I'm like, "Who are you?"
They just grunt and snort at you. Like I don't think they speak words.
Oh God.
So.
Oh God.
I got a 5.
Okay. Okay. What was yours again, Brad? I'm sorry.
9.
And let's see here. Matt, what were you?
I was a 12.
Okay.
Oh wait,
And
I get
Miles.
hands on that, don't I?
I also got a 5, and Sally can go first.
Okay. So, as the voice stops laughing, one of these monk figures to your left, they all come charging at you. One of them is going to attack. Let's see here. One of them is going to attack Brad. One is going to attack I'm sorry, O'Keefe. One of them is going to attack Tasty and Salvador
Yeah.
and also Tasty. Let's see here. I'm just going to roll for time's sake. I'm going to roll once for all of them. Does a 15 hit anybody?
Not me, bro.
All right, so they just come screaming and yelling as they come flying out, fists and feet flying at you, but all of them miss. And let's see here. We are up to Carrie or Actual.
Okay. I guess I want to try to dominate person on the rhino looking dude.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 20, bro.
All right.
So I don't know
Right.
what kind of a bonus. He needs to make a 17 will save.
Okay.
Maybe he makes a high, or not will save, sorry, wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. Roll a 17.
No.
Hey. So I just kind of like look at him and I'm like, you don't want to do this. You want to help us, right? And hopefully he agrees.
He just kind of flexes and roars at you. You have no effect on him at all.
No. No. Now, okay. Oh God. Okay. Well, I guess what I want to do then is just smack Tasty and give him a guidance. And that'll do it for my turn.
All right. Modigliani, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and run up to the horned one, and I'm gonna just have at him with my fists. So the first attack is going to be 24 to hit, and the second one is going to be a 22 to hit.
Both of those
And
hit.
I'm going to use a key point to do a flurry of blows.
Key points are essential.
Sure are. And that's going to be 2 additional unarmed strikes.
Wow. Spectacular.
That one's going to hit. Roll 17 on the die, plus 8. Oof. That's going to be a 12 for the last one.
Okay. So how many total?
Does a 12 hit?
Oh, sorry. No, 12 does not hit.
Okay, so I need to roll a damage for 3 then. Dice, please. So that's going to be 3d6 plus a total of 12. 3, 7, 19 points of bludgeoning damage as I just start.
Okay.
Mm.
Nice.
And he starts to whimper a little bit, but he turns around, looks you right back in the face, and he just roars again.
All right, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that's my turn. That's my action, my bonus action, my extra attack. Yep.
All right, O'Keefe, the big ugly werebore guy comes running at you.
Mm-hmm.
And he is just going to start swinging fists at you. He is going to miss with his first attack. And he rolls a 19. The second one, does that hit?
Tie goes to the house.
Okay. So let's see here. That does 6 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
That's not good.
That's all right. That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Oh, come on, $25. Give me another dice.
And we are at, let's see here. Tasty, you're up.
I know, right? So I'm going to do all sorts of barbarian stuff since it's that time. I'm going to, of course, rage. And then I'm going to also reckless attack.
Okay.
Reckless attack.
Who you're attacking again? Or no, the
4 nondescript.
yeah, the 4 nondescript.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's the D10 on a D20. I want an actual D20. That goes to 20. All right. Oh, and I get. All right, still. So that is 26 to hit.
That'll do it.
What do I do when I'm raging? How does it work? What do I add to that?
There's all kinds of stuff. Depends on what kind of barbarian you are.
I'm the basic bear barbarian.
Then you can attack
plus
recklessly.
3. I did attack recklessly. All right. So you got advantage on me next turn. All right. That's going to be a 14 damage. And the second one, not the rage. That's a 18 to hit. And then that is, and that's 9 damage. So 9 damage and 12 damage, 21 damage.
Right. You shatter this monk's face. Just like it just collapses to the ground in a heap.
Yes, dude.
So,
Casey, Tasty
Attaboy.
John.
Attaboy.
all right. O'Keefe,
Mm-hmm.
it is
What's
your
the
turn.
second dude on the
All
man's
right.
name? That's pretty much me now, right?
So the pig analog is after me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking to make sure I get my puns right. So I'm all like,
Gotta prep the puns.
you got
Sorry.
Oh, did we get that pun donation?
She said
Look
at the
at
end.
Oh, at the end. Good. She'll
She's
give us
counting.
there.
She's keeping account.
Awesome.
She said he was
Nice.
gonna make her go broke.
Is anybody hungry for some pork chops?
I found out I'm named after a barbecue place.
What?
I'm named after a barbecue place out by wherever
Taste-
Fly Kai's at. So yes, I am in fact hungry for some barbecue.
Is
Yes.
that table talk or is that in game? I don't even know.
No, that's table talk.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right.
amazing.
So
Pork chops.
Weave
Pork
in there.
chops.
pork chops incoming.
Did it come with a 16?
That'll do. That'll do.
That'll hit
That'll
him.
do. That'll do. Yep.
All right. So that's 10 there. And the extra attack is going to be a 21.
That does indeed hit.
That's also going to get in there. That's going to be with 11. And let's call it there for now. I might need to save some stuff.
So how much was that total? 20.
Roll the tape back. The last one was 11, but I don't remember what the one before that was. 10, I think.
So 21. All right.
Yeah.
And what were you swinging with? Your axe?
With my big old
With a big
axe.
axe.
With
So-
Edgelord.
Of course.
Get out. Should I get out Edgelord? Because I feel like we're getting close to.
Yep. So all right.
Yes.
So we are on to
Tasty.
Salvador.
Tasty.
Tasty.
Oh wow, that
What?
It's time.
Tasty tries to contain himself.
You can try.
Not very successfully.
Oh,
All right. So I look at the one-horned, like absurd unicorn that I'm looking at, and I draw both my blades out. And for my first action, I get 2 actions. I will say my spell to ignite them on fire. The flames within burn without. They
Mhm.
catch on fire. And then
Great.
I roll, and I'm trying to cut his ankle ligaments because I see that he's top heavy.
Okay. Yep.
oh.
Yeah.
That's vicious.
Going
So
for
I'm
the
just gonna roll
Achilles
2d20
So
for both
pork
of the swords,
chop
okay?
and top heavy. That's what we're going with here.
Pork chop and top heavy, yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
We're in a hurry, all right?
All right, first swing 19, second swing 15.
Yeah, both of those hit.
All right, so I slice through their ankle ligaments. I'm trying to like make sure that he doesn't stand up again.
Okay.
Slicing through them, and then first sword does 6 points of damage, fire damage, and
Okay.
then 7 points of blade damage.
Okay.
Second sword does 6 points of fire damage and 1 point of blade damage on the ankle ligaments. Does he fall down?
All right, he does. He drops to a knee. He's again kind of whimpering a little bit, but trying to be tough about it. So,
Yes.
and as he drops to the ground, you hear the sound that the first two doors made. You hear again, but this time it's coming from the door in front of you. And again, that room is filled with this mist, and the mist pours out into this room again. And there's a torch behind. You see again this giant figure standing there. He has sharp things coming off of like shoulders and wearing some sort of helmet. It's got something sharp up there as well. And you just hear that laughter again. Ha ha. Turtles, you've done well. I see we have much work to do here at the Fist Clan.
Are you the smoker?
They call me Hank Schrader.
From the DEA.
And Actual, who is writing all this down, stops for a second and then is like, keeps writing. Seems like a slightly less than intimidating name.
Hank Schrader, bro.
He comes running at Salvador, and he pulls. Again, he's got these sharp claws at the ends of his fists, and he's going to attack you for 23.
Oh, that hits.
Yep. Okay. Let's see here, and that is 11 points of damage.
Bros, I think your name should be the Smoker. I clutched my chest.
And he's going to turn. He's going to turn to Modigliani and just point right at him.
Hi.
You will fear me. And you need to make a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw, or you will become frightened.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I crit fail. Maybe I should use one of those rolls. I'm gonna try and use
it. We have like 6 minutes, so use it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a two instead.
Tasty didn't get to use all of them.
All right, but just because you're Jake's kid.
I fail.
So you are frightened until the end of the
Dudes, we gotta get out of here.
$25 for the love of God, chat, please. 25.
Maintain, bro. Maintain.
25.
All right. So it is Ross. You are up.
I see him. So as of my free action, I'm gonna be like, "Chill out, bro," to Modigliani as I see him all frightened, even though I know that's not gonna help. And I'm gonna walk up to what's his name, Hank Schrader. Be like, "Hank Schrader, nice to meet you, dude." And I act like I'm gonna give him a high five, but I don't give him a high five. Instead, I cast Blight at 5th level on him. And I need a Constitution saving throw. It's like some sort of like high five. Not you're sick as shit. And
You left him hanging too.
yeah.
Feels so uncomfortable.
What's his dignity's AC?
rolls a 12. He just stands there, puts his hand up, like absent-mindedly, like reactionary, puts his hand up, and he's just like, dude.
Oh, savage.
No dice, bro.
I swear you hear
so
a voice.
Dude.
You hear a voice that says fatality.
He takes 57 necrotic damage.
Oh!
Ooh.
Love it.
Crap.
Ouchie, ow, ow, owie.
That's the best fake out ever.
Wow.
Oh my
That
god.
hurt
That was cold, bro.
Devastation.
And then I look at my buddies or my new friends and my brothers, and I'm like,
Dude,
I'll
you
give you a
got
high
him,
five
man.
for real.
He got punked.
How'd that look? Wait, I want to do that again. That
Yeah,
was
no, that was
awesome.
perfect.
That
That
was
was perfect.
perfect.
That's great. Yeah.
So he turns to he turns to one of his minions. Pork chop, kill him, and he points at O'Keefe. He uses his command ally, and so Pork chop gets to make an extra attack.
He's clearly the leader. Take him out.
Hmm.
He's wearing
And let's see
blue.
here.
You see that blue bandana?
Does a
around his
Take
neck?
16
him out
hit,
first.
O'Keefe?
No, it does not.
All right, so Pork chop swings and misses at you, or misses you again.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we are back. Let's go back around here. The monks, or the fighter guys, they swing at Tasty. Does a 19 hit you?
Tasty.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It does. Okay. All right. And let's see here. They're all they've just like, it looks like one of those cartoon beatdowns where they've all just surrounded one person, and you don't see Tasty for a minute.
There's just like
just
it's the smoke and like just hands. coming up.
And he takes let's see, 13 points of bludgeoning damage from these guys.
Rage. What is that?
And Actril, it is your turn.
Oh my god. Okay, so you said he's surrounded. Can I get to him? Can I like sneak in at my peril?
Yeah.
I just need to get it. Just need to get one hand in there. That's
Yep.
that's all I want. Okay.
Yep.
So I go over there and I cast Bardic Inspiration on him. And Bud, that gives you a 1d10 for any skill check. And I also, while have my hand on his back, I cast Guidance, and that gives you a 1d4, and that's all I can do because all my spell slots are gone. So, yep, that's where I'm at.
All right. Modigliani.
Man, I am scared.
Wow.
So I'm frightened of Hank Schrader.
Hank Schrader, yes.
And how far away is he?
He's probably 20 feet from you.
Is there anyone near me?
Let's see. Were you
I
engaged
ran.
with
I think I
anyone?
attacked the hornet
Yes.
guy.
You top heavy. You're engaged
Yeah.
with top heavy, so
I can
So
still
me
fight at
too.
him.
yeah.
Top heavy, dude.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'm gonna pull out another flask of oil and down it and breathe fire in his face.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yep.
that's gonna be a dexterity saving throw, DC 13 from him.
He fails that immensely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's gonna take 8, 14, 15 points of fire damage. I need to roll a d10 and add 2 to it. And hope I don't beat an 11, or I take that 2. I don't. I rolled a total of 10, so I'm safe.
So he bursts into flames and drops to the ground, just kind of squealing. You smell somehow like the aroma of hickory has found its way into the room.
Whoa. That's pleasant, bro.
Yeah, it smells so good in here. Like you would just love to sit down with some white bread and some Brunswick stew and just have a nice tasty dinner, but not right now.
All right.
All right. So let's see here. We are to Tasty Jones.
$25 for real, y'all. $25. Nope. No takers. Okay. Me? No, I'll wait. All right. So yeah, I'm still raging, and there's the big guy in there now, right?
Mhm.
Him.
Nope, you just have the monks,
Oh, well,
the fighters.
whatever one is looking screw it, I'm a barbarian. I'll go for whatever one's looking freshest.
Don't forget your D10 and your D4.
And my domain dice?
Not this
Still
time.
no.
Not this time.
Alright, so that is going to be a 22.
That hits.
Get it.
Okay. D12. This is the most D12. Oh. Wait, does that work on damage too? Can I add that to
I don't
damage?
think so. I
No.
think it's just a skill check. Sorry.
5. Just 5.
5
Enough.
points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I deserve to get hit in the face for that.
O'Keefe.
I stand right there.
So
you are up, and you feel this real strong pull, like this Hank Schrader guy.
super strong.
You feel like there's a plot point right at the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
You're feeling a real strong urge to mess this guy up. He feels like it seems like he deserves it. You are, yeah.
Oh man, but all of the puns I had set up were pig based.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the pig's roasting right now, so
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna make it anyway. That guy just got his Boston butt kicked.
Yes.
So,
Hold on.
but I feel like I need to get to the point because that guy's very pointy.
Wow.
Got a lot of pointy things on him.
Yes, he does.
It's
Please,
been a long
25 bucks.
it's been a long session. But
Just keep getting better, dude. Just keep getting better.
I'm gonna come at him. Oh
Yeah.
man, the latency on that is horrible.
Dude, yes.
22
That hits.
extra attack. I'm gonna roll damage when I'm done. Okay. Also 22,
Oh,
That hits.
and let's just pop all the cooldowns, shall we? I think the action surge. And get another one in there.
I'll give you another 2, right?
24.
Yep.
Oh,
Roll me a whole bunch of damage.
Oh my god, dude.
13. 11. 15 plus 13 plus 11. I don't know how to do math, guys.
26, 37.
37.
wow.
So
Whoa.
as your axe crashes into the pointy armor on the shoulder of Hank Schrader, you hear again that voice that was from a few minutes back. You just hear it just goes, "Edgelord."
Oh.
And Hank Schrader kind of stumbles, and he stumbles backwards a few feet, and he falls right into the beam that's in the center of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And as he hits it,
As I planned it.
it snaps in
He
half,
says out loud.
and you hear this rush and this roar as the beams from the roof come tumbling down, and the roof comes down on top of everybody. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
No.
Oh no.
I'm good at this.
God, I hope I know where this is going.
Oh Jesus.
Why don't you give
Oh,
us some
God.
domain dice?
Yeah.
viewers
I got
at
a
home?
non- I got a
So we don't all
non-natural.
domain die here.
I got a non-natural 20.
I got an 18.
Did anybody not roll a 12?
I got a 13, barely.
Oh God.
Ross,
I
you
was
take
trying to hold out. see
Now
if
this
got
you
any-
could use your freaking
Hold on. This is your
D10
last
for.
chance. Domain dice, please. Please. 25, please. Going once, going twice. Sorry, you're gone.
No, yeah, no. didn't
So
get it.
you roll. If you did not roll above a 12, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are pinned under some of the timbers from the roof. It takes a few minutes for the dust to clear, but when it does, it's quiet. It's strangely quiet. In fact, the only things that you hear are each other's voices. And for like a bad Dean Koontz novel, we're going to wrap this up really fast in the last chapter. It takes a few minutes. It takes a while, but you're able to get each other pulled from the wreckage. As you move the rubble around, you don't see any evidence of the creatures you were just fighting. In fact, after a few more minutes, you notice that right under, to the left of the spot where that beam was located is a trap door that is open down back into the sewers. And if you listen, at that entry, you hear that laughter. I will see you again, turtles. Until next time.
And then does it like fade out as we're
And
all
it-
like jumping in all epically?
He said Dean Koontz, so I'm thinking like it's Phantoms now.
Yeah,
Phantoms
right,
and there's
right.
turtles. Ben Affleck up in here. No.
And then Actral looks around and just says, "Well, guys, this is gonna make one hell of a comic book."
Also, what's a comic book?
What's a
It's a
comic
kickflip.
book?
4-way jumping high five. Well, 5-way jumping high five freeze frame.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Come on. Right here. Oh, that sucked. Again.
What is love?
Awesome. Hey, great job, everybody. I had a blast
Thank
running this
you.
game.
That was an awesome game.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. Chris Perkins is up next, so we're going to get out of here because we know that's what you really want to see.
Oh yeah.
Keep
Oh, yeah.
bringing the money. We got
Win
stuff to
this.
give away. So
Show him the
thank
t-shirt.
you so much, everybody. We'll see you
Oh,
later.
yeah, and I got my
Bye.
Jasper shirts today. Make sure you order. Get
Get your
donate
shirts,
to
yeah.
Jasper's. Get some shirts.
Yes.
It's gonna be
You guys
awesome.
remember when we were
Chris
spending